I hate this for the Jets. You're going to pick 6 to move up 3 slots. You give up 3 second-round picks. I love it for the Giants. We'll get into that in a minute. But you move up 3 slots because you don't want to get the 4th best quarterback, who, in my opinion, is the best quarterback in the draft. Why is Baker Mayfield not considered better than the other guys? He was better than them in college. His teammates seemed to like playing with him more. He seemed to win more games against better competition. Baker Mayfield is the man. And by the way, there are 2 reasons that the Jets and others, I think, aren't higher on him. 1, he's short. Russell, well, I mean, he's over 6 feet tall, but apparently that's not tall enough, even though Drew Brees shows it's tall enough. Russell Wilson shows it's tall enough, and he's shorter than that. Case Keenum has shown that it's tall enough. So they're holding that against Baker Mayfield. And then they're also holding Johnny Manziel against Baker Mayfield. And I have news. Baker Mayfield is not Johnny Manziel. So I hate it for that reason. I think the best quarterback in the draft, the guy I'd like to have, is going to go 4th overall as far as the quarterbacks are concerned. And the Jets could have gotten him without giving up 3 draft picks. But obviously, they don't think Baker Mayfield is the guy, and I think they're wrong there, so I don't like it for them. They think one of the other 3 guys is the guy. So when you say, Stephen A., they have to have a guy in mind and have to be confident he'll fall to them, they have that kind of reconnaissance operation that they know that their 3rd guy is going to fall to them. Oh, Rosen will be there, or Darnold will be there, or Josh Allen will be there. I don't think any of those guys are sure shots in the first place. But even if they were, how could they be so sure they're going to be there? It reminds me of when the Eagles drafted Wentz, and you'll say, well, that worked out for the Eagles. It did, but consider, they traded a ton of stuff to move up to 2. The Rams took Jared Goff 1. But why did Wentz turn out to be great out the gate and Goff struggled his first season? Because Goff had Jeff Fisher, and Wentz, everyone who was around him, his head coach, his quarterbacks coach, his offensive coordinator, everyone was once a quarterback. In other words, he went to an organization that identified him and developed him. Now, let me ask you, based on what you just said about the Jets, do you believe in their ability as a franchise, let alone even this particular, iteration of their franchise? Do you believe that they have the ability to successfully identify talent and then develop it, particularly at the quarterback position? Because I do not. I do not like this deal for the Jets.
Well, listen, here's the deal. I'm not going to use the word confidence because they've given us no reason to be confident. But this is an Idzik at the helm. It's McCagnon. He still has some stuff to prove, but at least he tries to do something. And I think that's saying a lot because Idzik did absolutely nothing as his predecessor in that position of GM with the New York Jets. So we recognize that. What I'm saying to you, Max, is this. Your premise is based on the fact that Baker Mayfield is listed 4th. You believe he's the best. You believe he would be available at number 6, so why do this? My position is, if you believe in somebody else and you're gung-ho about them and you don't believe they will be there at number 6, then I have no problem with you moving up to number 3 to get them because you're the New York Jets, and that is something that's an aberration for them. They usually wouldn't do something like this. I applaud them for taking the risk, but here's the deal. Even having said all of that, let's understand something here. When you talk about this guy, they're moving up from 6 to 3. What if they suspected that Indy or somebody was going to take the pick that they wanted? You got to remember, the Browns are going to take a quarterback at number 1 in all likelihood.
They have to now.
Number 4, number 4, who knows what they would do? Number 5, you're Denver. And you, even though you just got Case Keenum, you have needs in similar areas. So if I'm the Jets, I'm leapfrogging over a couple of franchises that I know can just disrupt anything that I'm trying to do to make sure
Okay, but let me ask you something about the Jets. Here's a question.